Welcome back to the Good Days Program channel. Today, we're gonna cook one of our participants' favorite dishes, the migraine-friendly quinoa meatballs. The good things about this recipe is like everybody loves it. Children, parents, grandparents, all the family will enjoy it. Who doesn't like meatballs? Let's start cooking. For the migraine-friendly quinoa meatballs, we need salt, pepper, half a cup of shallots, ground pork. As you can see, the pork is ground, but I've did it myself. You have to ask your butcher to do it in front of you or to do it yourself if you can. The problem with pre-ground meat is like it develops histamines very quickly, so you cannot use it. Make sure it's ground freshly. Then you also need half a cup of quinoa, uncooked, a cup of water, a quarter teaspoon of grated ginger, 2 eggs, half a teaspoon of parsley, and half a teaspoon of chives. To cook a perfect fluffy quinoa, this is the way I do. I add my quinoa in a pot. Then I add a little bit less of twice the volume of water. And then I add some salt and a little bit of ginger just to give a little twist of it and give more flavor. So for instance, here I have half a cup of quinoa and a little bit less than a cup of water, plus some grated ginger, pinch of salt. I'm going to bring this to the boil, and when it boils, I reduce the heat, cover the pot and let it cook for 12 to 15 minutes or until the water is fully absorbed. Let's cook it now. The quinoa is cooked. I left it to cool down for 10 minutes on the side. We can now start preparing our meatballs. So it's super easy. Here's my meat, and I add to my meat all the other ingredients. So starting with the shallots, the herbs, chives and parsley, salt and pepper. So I will mix all of that with my hands to combine everything together, and then I will add the quinoa and mix again before forming the balls. So let's do that now. I've turned on my oven to 450 Fahrenheit, which is to about 220 Celsius. So now we can start forming the meatballs. So you take about the size of a small golf ball and you make a ball with it, and on the tray that will go in the oven. You can put your fingertips in some cold water between two balls. Help them not stick to your fingers. Here the last one. They're ready to go in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes until they're fully cooked. Here are my quinoa meatballs. Enough for the whole family. You can put them beside one of the salads you will find on the channel. Bon appétit!